We are live. Tick
Lord.
Podcast starts now.
Oh man, it feels good to be back. Another episode of the Inner Circle podcast once again.
Y'all heard that correctly. That was Tick Podcast, episode 132. This is going to be our wrap up. So we are here live. So we got the panel here today. Everybody introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Scorch.
I'm Pops of Prince Pop's Play. I got my keyblade with me. Just
Man, what
in
you
case.
unlocking? And I'm McPerk the Jerk, aka the host of Tick Podcast. And this dude over here think he Ninja Sora because he came back from Disney, so he wants to act brand new.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, it's so super weird flex.
It's the power of the keyblade.
The power of the T-Blade for real. So we just gonna talk about everything that's going on. We're live on X according to my little thing. I got the X thing loaded. So we gonna just warm up and see what's going on with everybody. How's everybody doing today?
Tired.
I'm
For what?
doing good. Oh, good. Yeah. From what?
Why are you tired? What you do today?
I woke up early and babysat dogs.
Baby said who? Dogs.
Yeah. But
I woke up early. And
Oh, sorry about that.
oh, I hear myself.
Uh-oh, this dude got glitches. You was playing the 10 dogs today?
Nah.
I hope you was playing the 10 dogs, dude. At least
I was watching Star Wars. Okay.
Star
While
Wars.
babysitting them. It was great.
Is that so? How much you get paid to babysit the dogs?
I need to go find out. That's a good question. I was told I was getting paid.
You're not getting no negotiations.
Mom!
That's cracking. What's going? How you feeling, pops?
I'm feeling real good. I got home last night from, as you said, Disney World, of course. Had a lot of fun. Prince Pop's Play turned 25 Monday, so we went out there for some family fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard they got a new. How was the new the symphony show?
You trying to give me the trash on everything? That's
Man, no, man. It's just how was it, man? You know that's a new show. It just premiered.
The new fireworks show at Epcot. It was okay. It had a nice finale. They had like too many breaks in it, and with the water show and stuff like that. It was cool, but like I look at the stuff at Disney and stuff like that. So this is what makes me a little bit different, as I always say. The longevity of looking at things, it's a double-edged sword, because sometimes you see things that you really like the nostalgia of, but then you want to see new things too. And then it's like, I just don't think it's as good as the old. And that's kind of what we run into with games too and stuff like that. It's just not.
Cranky Khan looking at.
Cranky Khan. And that's why I play Halo a lot, because it just reminds me of the old.
But you got a keyblade in your head. Double-edged sword or double-edged keyblade?
Bro, double-edged keyblade.
Oh, okay. Man, shoot. Man, I'm just chilling, man.
What you been up to, McPerk? Why
McPerk,
you asking questions? Yeah.
What you mean, man? We gotta warm up the show before we get into the stuff, man. It's only 3 minutes.
What's that new green shirt you got on? That's what I want.
This ain't a new green shirt. This just this monkey, this gorilla wrist shirt. You gotta just wear this. Got a couple of these. Looking at my Series S right now, thinking about getting my vintage gamer on, if you know what I mean. Hopefully they don't get mad at me about that, but I'm gonna put that in developer mode so we can get some stuff cracking. And that's all I got going on, trying to organize the office before the holiday, getting rid of some stuff, and then that's about it.
The holidays.
Man, a lot has happened last week, man, between this week and the Game Awards and E3 being officially dead. Man, we got a lot to talk about, man, and awards given and all kinds of stuff. So, man,
people fighting.
Man, woo! It's been crazy.
I don't think I got to that one yet.
I mean, the Game Awards have been it's sort of controversial topic depending on who you talk to. Some people feel like people weren't cool enough with their apparel. Some people said it's trying to be the Grammys. Some people say Jeff Keighley was rushing people off the stage. And some people say that it just wasn't good. But I think the Game Awards delivered on what it's supposed to do. Give awards, which at its core, that's what it's supposed to do. Give awards. All the other stuff these gamers are complaining about, we gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that in the beats of potatoes. But how was your thought? I thought the show was good overall.
Every time I watch it, I get emotional because it's like, video games. You know what I mean? I shed a tear every now and then.
Did you like the show?
Dude, I love the show. Yeah, I loved it. It was great.
You have no complaints?
No, not really.
I mean, but the hardcore gamers, they seem to have a lot of complaints and a lot to say, man.
So like, the only thing that I think is dumb is people saying Spider-Man should have won. That's the only, I'm like, Baldur's Gate is a better game than Spider-Man. And the argument was like,
Spider-Man didn't get no awards, and
Rubicon, what is it? That armored mech game got one award.
I mean, Spider-Man is not an award-winning game. It was something to play. I felt like Spider-Man was something to play. It was the same thing, regurgitated, and 2 innovations. Like the game was okay.
And 2 Spider-Mans.
Yeah, 2 Spider-Man. The game was okay. It just did not. To me, it satisfied the need to play a Spider-Man game, but I felt like that was a PS4 game just with high resolution. Like it wasn't groundbreaking. The acting was. I'm so sick of hearing about Harry Osborn. I don't want his TV stories no more. I'm tired of hearing about Peter Parker's rich family issues and his rich friends opening it up. I can't relate to rich Peter Parker. I can't relate to rich Peter Parker and his family and friends.
He's rich in that one in the game.
No, he's not rich. It's, he got rich people issues. But like he had a little mortgage crisis. Like he was behind on the mortgage. He wasn't about to lose his house. He was behind on the mortgage. That's it. But his friend Harry, his rich friend Harry, always bails him out. And, hi Harry, how are you? Yo, your dad is rich, Oscorp. Like I'm so sick of that story being played in the Spider-Man universe. It's just I'm tired of the Green Goblin. I'm tired of that whole ecosystem. I'm tired of the Sinister Six getting rebooted every 6 Spider-Man games. It's this, the Venom thing was cool. You got to play with Venom in that game for a good 6 minutes. Venom was cool. He felt like he was like Rampage. And his controls felt like he was going to destroy some stuff. It was very OP. But you didn't get to really enjoy Venom for a bulk of the game at all. Like, they market the game like Venom was going to be a real part of this game. I mean, you got to play with the black suit. Cool, whatever. Anti-Venom suit. Okay. It's just another Peter Parker. Like, it's not an award-winning game. I don't think it didn't deserve any awards, but game of the year, definitely not game of the year. It is game of the month for me. That's how I felt about Spider-Man. Not a bad game. I'm not saying it was a bad game. I'm not saying Insomniac didn't work hard on the IP. It's just the game did not deliver an immersive experience to me.
It didn't do anything that went above and beyond.
No.
So what game would y'all say that is doing above and beyond? Because I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched the highlights and I watched the awards, and I was like, everything that I saw, I was like, I kind of seen all that before, and I didn't feel like anything really like wowed me. I kind of like.
So it's not about the wow factor in games.
We say groundbreaking.
But the thing is, groundbreaking has to deal with storytelling. There's a lot of elements. So it's hard to give you that viewpoint just by looking at trailers. You can't do that.
I felt that way about. I was watching somebody talk on YouTube about Resident Evil Code Veronica. And they were talking about Resident Evil 3, and they said it was originally supposed. I didn't notice it was originally supposed to be Resident Evil 3, but then they made the Nemesis game, and then they made Code Veronica like a side game. And since they didn't put like a 3 or 4 on it, it didn't get that much love. But that had like the best story of them all, almost. The way they did that game was just.
But the stories are important. They're very important, and
they are.
And that's where I felt like Spider-Man did not deliver on storytelling. Like it just copied and pasted other scripts from the previous world of Spider-Man. Like even Miles Morales'
Like
story.
it's not a bad story, but it's like
Right.
something you expect. Like, it's Spider-Man, Sandman's there, Venom's there. All right.
Yeah, and as well as there's way too much going on in that game to deliver a good story. Like they didn't have a focused story. I mean, you don't need to build up Spider-Man, but they could have built up a little bit more of the villains. They could have just like how Marvel normally does. They build up the villains, and I just think Insomniac they improved on their storytelling skills, but it's definitely not worth an Academy Award to be Game of the Year. That's just what it is.
I think what separates Baldur's Gate is that everyone's playthrough of it is completely different and unique to a degree.
Okay.
Like there was somebody on Twitter who was like, I don't know anything about Spider-Man because I didn't play it, but every time I hear someone play Baldur's Gate, their first story alone, like the first act or whatever, is completely unique. And they were like, one person did this, one person did this, one person did this, and I didn't know you can do that. And I think that's what separates it from like
immersion. Immersion is important, and I think a lot of games have been. Cyberpunk really upgraded their immersion techniques. Like when compared to V1, compared today, like Cyberpunk had to upgrade that game to get that immersion. What is it? Project CD Red. They really they worked on the immersion techniques with their products. So storytelling is what makes something groundbreaking in this economy. It's not like graphics ain't enough anymore. You can have the most graphicable advanced game, but it's just not going to deliver.
I'm guessing, like, because I was watching a bunch of. This is one of my pet peeves about video game trailers is watching cutscenes instead of gameplay. It's like, oh, that's a great cutscene. Then you can start playing the game, and it's like, oh, that ain't even a game. And so I've always felt, it's so weird because it's like one of those things that you want to see good graphics, but then even good storytelling. Like I think, I would like to see a good mixture of both. Where it comes down, and then like whatever the play style is, because you got some games that are side-scrolling games, or some games that are, whatever they are, different RPG, 3D, no matter what it is, to have all the elements mixed in a good play. Like I didn't play the new Resident Evil 4, but I remember the old Resident Evil 4, and that was just like groundbreaking in comparison of the old Resident Evils and stuff like that. So they kind of regurgitated with 5 and 6, but it was okay. They were good too.
But the thing is, Resident Evil, Capcom has made sure, even with Resident Evil from PlayStation 1 to now, they made sure to make their stories immersive as possible.
Oh yeah, definitely, and that's what I mean. Like to have a mix, even if you came with a game that had like a good story and it just didn't have the graphics and it didn't have
graphics are not important, because games like Sea of Stars proved that pixels can actually sell out of nowhere. It had a good story. Like what game was that? It's an RPG that had pretty much Sega Genesis graphics, and it sold a lot, and it has high ratings. At this point, I think the consumer is just not interested, because everything can have graphics. You can download a graphic pack on anything and literally say it's a dope game. It's called
Sea of Stars, right?
Sea of Stars, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it also depends on like the market, right? Like FPSs are everywhere, right? So we're gonna produce FPSs. What makes yours stand out, right? Like look at Battlefield. Like what makes them stand out? Explosions, right? Big players.
And Call of Duty still has the best story-driven storytelling campaigns that they still spend money on their campaigns.
Not MW3 2020.
Yeah, speaking of that, did you hear how that dude made a joke? And
dude, I laughed when I saw that.
Yeah, that executive. So the dude, I don't know the actor. Yeah, this actor,
the God of War actor.
The God of War actor made a joke and said that Modern Warfare 3, his speech is going to be shorter than Modern Warfare 3 campaign.
No, longer. It was long. His speech is longer than this Call of Duty's campaign.
Yeah, and the executive face was like, like he said, like he just said, like he looked like he was butthurt. I'm like, I mean, you're still at a game show, dude. I feel it.
So,
I get it.
So a lot of developers actually got mad at that joke and said it was distasteful. And I'm kind of like, I can understand why it's like, oh, you worked on it, you want it to be good, but you have to come to the realization like he's got a point. Like someone can beat this in like X amount of time, and
that was the problem with Spider-Man. It was too easy. It's like you got grown people that play the game. You made the game length for a child that he has to go to school tomorrow. That like short games doesn't produce value, and that's why MW3 got what it got.
I'm gonna do the old man thing and say, older man, I should say, and say all the games have gotten too easy, man. They tell you where to go. They got
play Cupheads.
Now, I mean, the thing is, the games are not the game easiest. It's not about the easiness of a game; it's about the time of a game too.
Right. No, I understand that. That's the thing about it. If you're gonna make a game easy, you got to make it where you can't run through it.
Yeah, I mean, if I spend $70 and run through your game in 5 hours, that's a problem to me.
Right. I remember for the record, I spent 2 weeks on Resident Evil 1 trying to find one thing. I even went I went backtracked the whole game to find out that a medallion was inside of a book that you had to turn it and actually press the button and open it. And it was like, bro, I thought I had to stick the book into some bookshelf or something like that. And the medallion that I needed was in the book. Like that's my story. Like these new games, every Resident Evil after that, even the 2 and 3, that 4, they were all more like they tell you where to go. Like
I mean the thing is it's because the way that the players are, but when it comes to Capcom, they did good this award.
Yeah, I saw they
Resident
got a
Evil
lot of nice awards.
Resident Evil 2 got an award. They announced Monster Hunter, which Monster Hunter
it's the VR game, right? Or the sequel?
No, this is a full one. This is a brand new Monster Hunter.
I saw that Monster
I don't
Hunter
think those
trailer.
games are fun.
Yeah. I mean, Monster Hunter. Well,
that looked actually pretty nice.
So I played it. I don't.
Monster Hunter is designed for a particular consumer. I mean, you got to think Monster Hunter saved Capcom during the PS4 because Capcom was about to go bankrupt until Monster Hunter World came out. It literally put them back in the financial green to be able to make Resident Evil 3, 2, and 1 remake because there was rumors that Sony was getting their chops ready, talk about we gonna cut a check for you. So it was pretty interesting to see that when it came to the awards. Capcom, they definitely delivered on their awards. I felt Sega. I felt Sega had the best trailer though.
Dude, Jet Set Radio?
Just everything. The whole product suite. What they did, Sega dropped 9 products in one trailer? 9 or 7 products in one trailer because they say and more. And they did it in such a small piece where they showed you Shinobi hand drawn, Jet Set Radio, Golden Axe. What else they show? Crazy Taxi. They show there was something else they showed. I don't know what else they showed, but their trailer was just ridiculous. Like they showed a lot of products in that one particular, like in that 60 seconds, it was a lot of craziness going on. I don't know how many products was in that one, but Sega definitely showed up with their trailers with the games. Like that trailer was nice.
I'm seeing if I can find it.
About the trailers. I saw them all at once, so I don't know which one was just Sega's stuff like that.
Sega did. It's a Sega trailer overall. It's an overall Sega trailer with a bunch of games. They pretty much go. Oh, Streets of Rage. That's what I'm thinking of. They doing a 3D Streets of Rage. That 3D Streets of Rage to me looked like the Bouncer. I don't know if you ever heard of the Bouncer. It was a game that it was similar to Streets of Rage, but 3D version. But it has this feel of the Bouncer. But most people don't even know what the Bouncer is. But that's what the new Streets of Rage looked like to me with some cel shade graphics. So I think that was pretty cool. Overall, Jeff Keighley did a good job. I mean, I just think the identity of the Game Awards is weird because gamers wanted to be more younger and hip and laid back. And then if you look at the people at the Game Awards, though, they're corporate people. They were all they were wearing suits. Like
they try to make it
look formal. It's a formal thing.
It's like formal, but that's the thing. Like my thing is with the Game Awards is like, does Jeff Keighley has sponsors, he has ads, like he's
You
in a
want to
weird
be like
situation.
like a Nickelodeon award type
No,
of
no,
thing?
no, 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 hell no.
And you get
No, no,
good.
no, no, I'm just
Ain't no damn hell no. We ain't doing
I was
no
just saying,
Nickelodeon stuff.
get them the orange blimp on. No, I didn't mean it in a weird way. I just meant like, do you think it should be like a mixture?
No, because that's the. It's not what it's just where you got to look at where he stands at. Jeff Keighley is literally, he has positioned himself as an authority in the industry, as well as have access to execs and corporate people. He is playing games 4 years before they come out. He gets to see products. He then literally became a inside business guy. You know what I'm saying? As well as to have Nintendo. I think Reggie was sitting there from Nintendo. He has executives sitting in his audience. So I think, like, I don't know how you go about that. Like, he has to appeal to the corporate people because these are the people that's given access to their products. They like him. They trust him. He has some kind of reputable integrity when it comes to his gaming. He knows how to not leak stuff. He keeps his mouth shut. So they give him access to be able to drop information. So like, he has to appeal to corporate people, as well as in the core, he might be a gamer. Like, people talk about, why he wearing that suit like it's the Oscars. The corporate people don't want to be around the Evo people with stanky armpits. That's for sure. Reggie ain't trying to smell your armpits, you Evo gamers. Nobody wants to smell that. So I don't think like the people on the internet ain't fair. Like, this dude just gave y'all more trailers than y'all seen all year round. Like, he then brought Kojima out of the woodwork. He literally brought a whole industry together, and E3 couldn't keep it together. E3 couldn't keep it together. Why? It was too big. They didn't know what to do with it. Too many politics, too many heads. And then the last year of E3, they opened it to the public like it was some kind of trade. Like, what were they doing? That's why they're dead. So I think the people that are complaining about the formalities of the game show need to keep their mouth shut. Because we need to keep they already announced next year's show. So we need to be able to keep the Game Awards going. Like, except that he's getting better. It's only been 10 years. He literally then introduced No Man's Sky. He then brought people. He's building his portfolio. Like, Adam Sandler from G4 Tech ain't doing what he doing. The Major Nelson ain't doing what he doing. Game Over Greggy ain't doing what he's doing. So let him do what he does. Everybody else, you stay in the podcast blogger lane. No, because that's what it is. Like, he's different. You know what I'm saying? So he's built different. So y'all need to go on somewhere and get off this man's back, because he is in the gaming business. He is not a publication company. He's a hybrid, man. But he established himself as an authority and to be able to bring content to gamers. So I feel like gamers need to just give that man his flowers and stop complaining. Like, y'all complain too damn much. Y'all complain about everything. Play your Border Gates 3 and enjoy the awards they won, and let them be them. Don't be crying about, I don't like the way they look, and then they ain't wearing t-shirts. T-shirts.
Hey, that's the way it's set up, man. Everybody just talks about everything, especially the people. I think there should be like a line given for people that actually do close to what like game developers can talk, or like the people that just play the game. Just let it be that. Like you say, just play the game, have fun.
Because the truth is, it's not the video game E3, it's the video game awards. It's awards for people that are in the industry making the games, not the consumer. It's not the video game consumer awards. Like, they ain't celebrating you spending your money.
You can vote on it.
They were the person, content creator, had an award. I thought that was interesting. I didn't know that was a part of that.
I think that's been around for 2 years now.
I don't know. This was my first one, so I'm excited to even see it all and talk about it.
Oh man, you should watch it live.
And the thing is, he gave the whole pre-show. The whole pre-show was for indie developers. Like, he let people on the stage that normally won't get a chance ever. On the spotlight. He brought a new product up. It was a Japanese lady. I don't know what she.
Oh
was
yeah. She was
her
making her
game
own
looked dope.
studio.
Her graphics looked dope.
Yeah.
I know she was shy. Like I'm on the stage. I'm about to pass out. But
Yeah.
at least he
She's
gave.
like,
At least he gave an opportunity, and that was a sales pitch. Like if you look at it closely, he said, Jeff Keighley said, "Yo, I'm going to bring this lady up. She has a studio in Japan, and before any other studios can see it, because it's about to be a bidding war in the back. Nobody knows what that game was really, but she has a complete product that may end up on Xbox, that may end up on PlayStation. Like he put a shameless marketing plug in there, so it is a business event." As well as a gaming event, gaming business. It's not just a consumption show. And I felt like, man, these gamers be just so emotional.
I vote we watch it live next year.
I watched it live.
Yeah.
It's great live.
I mean, I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch it live because I already know how. I like the internet. The internet themselves gonna dig themselves in the grave because they all gonna be my targets.
Right.
That's 2 hours of holding. Plus dialogue. So like, but the Game Awards, man, and then what else happened on there? There was a lot that happened in that 3 hours.
Finals got announced.
The finals, that game was I downloaded it, but I haven't played it yet.
I'm having so much fun playing it, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I mean, I've seen the city of Las Vegas, which the city looks good. It looks just like downtown. So
yeah.
So I just didn't understand the dynamics of it yet, but I'm glad something like that happened where there was some drops that happened. We had the God of War drop. We had that drop.
On the 8th day of Christmas, PlayStation.
On the 8th day of Christmas looking games. I mean, my thing is,
what was interesting, that Polaroid game? What was it like? I can't think.
Dude, that game didn't win an award, and oh my god, that made me mad.
What was it
the
called?
game, for those that don't know, I forget the name, but you basically take a photo and you can manipulate it and place it in the world, and objects will spawn there, or it'll become like real. And I forget what other game, or I forget the name of that game. But the game that beat it was some game where it's like you go inside a smaller world. So like you have
what was it, Cocoon or Coon?
Cocoon, yeah. I was like, nah. Why is Cocoon winning?
I mean, the thing he might need to introduce some more categories because a game like that, Polaroid, it is too unique to compete with something that's like almost a niche game. Like that's one of those underrated games that
it was like the first Portal was when it first came out. I think that's what it.
I mean, Portal. Portal.
I'm saying as far as like that was that type of game that came out of nowhere. That was a little.
Yeah,
it got the award of best debut indie, and I was like, nah. Everybody was like, what for the Polaroid game?
Yeah, but Portal is owned by Valve, so
I didn't know that.
Valve got so much money to pour in marketing. Where a game like that, even if Valve made something like that, they shouldn't even be considered independent.
But was the first one actually like that too? Like
Portal was made by Valve.
Yeah, from what I heard,
big company or did that build that company? I thought
no,
they
Valve
built that company.
No, I'm saying did the game build that company? You know how they say?
No.
No. So that company was
Half-Life.
Half-Life built Valve. Valve Half-Life built Valve.
Wow.
And Valve built Steam. So anything that Valve drop is not considered indie in my opinion. Anything. Nothing that they drop.
It was so Half-Life 1 was indie.
I mean, Half-Life 1 was Valve, but anything today, all the money they get from Steam, they not consider indie for anything. They could drop a game with a pencil sharpener.
I thought
they not indie.
First game. To be honest, I thought I didn't know who was the company behind Portal. I thought Portal was that first game, that first indie game or whatever company. I didn't know.
No, that's Valve.
So I learned, I think it was in school, I learned somewhere that Portal or Valve had bought the game Portal was based off. So like somebody had made
that's what I think something happened like that's what I thought.
I mean, but
like they bought the people who made a demo using Portal and they're like, all right, cool, we own you and that technology.
And
you make Portal now.
And once again, that's bigger business. Like anytime if I see an EA logo on anything, I don't care if they hired an indie studio to do it. If it has an EA logo, a Valve logo on it, it's not an indie game. An indie game is sitting in your bedroom where you at, playing with polygons. That's an independent game. I think when you got corporate marketing dollars, you can't, because like massive like that, indie. But when Sony and some other companies give you like resources to make your game, I think that's a little bit different.
What was the Polaroid game, Scorch? Did you bring it up? The name?
It won't give me the list, and it makes me mad.
I
The
think
Polaroid game. What was it?
I can't think of the name.
It was history.
Well, it's a photo game, right? Was it Steam?
I don't know if it was
Steam.
Steam.
What award?
It wasn't Viewfinder, was it?
Yeah, that's it. I think
it's called the Viewfinder.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's it. Debut indie.
Yeah,
I got it right here.
Around with a camera.
It's Viewfinder. Yeah. The game Viewfinder. That game should have won Best Debuted Indie. Because I remember when they announced it, everybody was like, "What?"
I mean, this game definitely looks unique. I mean, it definitely. That's one thing about the game industry, that when you do something like this, like you create something new, like you're breaking,
The norm.
like what you said earlier was groundbreaking. These kind of games create groundbreaking mechanics for other games that people are going to take and use later.
Right.
Try to do that in a Call of Duty.
For real, that's what happens when you create something like Viewfinder, where you don't get the recognition that you should have gotten, but all of a sudden your ideas will end up in other IPs later. Like, for all you know, they're going to take somebody to take it and create like different gateways and something different.
I remember when I saw it, I was sitting there, I was like, how do I do that? What would be the math behind that? And I was like, it's above my pay grade.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's beyond your. There's no pay grade on your creativity. You got to think a little bit different about that.
What? No, you got to figure out how to do it.
Yeah,
that's the hard part, man.
Yeah, but you got to do it. Just make it happen, man. So, what else about the Game Awards you like or dislike?
I liked the live performances. I always think those are great.
Oh,
you guys see the flute guy? He was like jamming out. He switched to like 2 different instruments.
Oh yeah, the flute guy, man, he was going hard. The live music was really good in this Game Awards. Like, I like the presentation, and that costs money. Corporate sponsorship, gamers. Hey, music performance. Those have performance royalties that Jeff Keighley got to pay for. So stop complaining. So things have to be paid for. So this is why they're wearing suits at the game.
You have a good balance. Same with me, of like the corporate side versus the consumer side or business side. It's a really good balance, and I think, in an ideal world, people will understand and respect both sides, but it's just not happening. I mean, it's weird. I get it.
Gamers never respect the business side of things. They just never do. They never. All they do is complain and cry. All y'all do is cry. But did you see the security guards? The security guards were crazy looking. Did you see them? Did you watch the security?
I didn't notice them. I just know that in the I think it was in the invitations or whatever, when you showed up, it was said, "Please do not walk on stage."
Yeah. No. If you look, like, if we find some photos, that dude, the security guards, like, look at the Boulder Gates guys coming out. You would see the security guards staring at them hard, like, make sure you ain't got no third parties. Like, and they were big security. They were wearing suits, so they were all wrapped up in the front. Like, there was 3. They had every single row had a big security dude in front. But the Boulder's Gate, like, when they walked past them, like, the security guard, I wish I was freezing. I was like, Jeff Keighley invested in security hard this year. Like, people didn't pay attention to it, but they complained last year. Jeff Keighley needs to work on his security and make sure people don't run up on the stage. Now they complaining about apparel and formalities. Come on, man.
What are your thoughts on the rushing the speakers? Because there was a lot of photos where they were like, "Oh, this game's dedicated to a developer who died."
The thing about the rushing the speakers from a business side, we don't know why that happened. We don't know if they did have a time crunch. We don't know because you got to remember that was on Peacock, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know how much time was allocated to Peacock, and literally, they wouldn't have did that if it was they let Will Smith smack Chris Rock on a whole, like, you gave that dude a whole 30 minutes of bull crap. But when it came to that, I don't think that was the Game Awards fault. I think that Peacock was the reason for that. I think NBC was like, yo, this is how much stream time you got. But to me, it was stupid because it wasn't like y'all had something else to go to. Like, it was on a streaming platform. It's the internet. Like, they could have dragged it a little bit longer, but we don't know the logistics of why people are being rushed off the stage. Like, I've been to E3, so when you go to E3, when I was at E3, no, I've been to the Microsoft convention, right? So when you do a Microsoft, so when Phil Spencer was talking on the screen, they have a countdown. So he has a teleprompter on the left side, and at the top, there's a number counting down on each segment of what's happening to keep the show going. So we don't know. I don't know if those things were present at that show or if those things weren't present.
They would have had to be.
They would have had to be, right?
Yeah.
So what I saw was the teleprompter and then the sound cue when the music started kicking in. Right. That was like, hurry the fuck up.
Yeah. So maybe he. I'm not sure if those were there. So maybe he needs to put an allocation of time, just like in the real ones, that say 10-9. Like, every person has like 2 minutes and 30 seconds to talk. Right, and he has to break that time down. There's always going to be other people that's going to go over that 2 minutes and 30. So your reality as a good project manager will really allow 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go over, because some people will not do that, where the time will eventually allocate the show back to where it needs to be. Somebody is going to go over because that's just the way it is. But you as a project manager should plan the show speeches to be 20, I would say 220. Each speech should be 220, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. But as a real project manager, you really allow it to be 240, 250, right? Yeah. That's what you're going to allocate for the show's time management purposes, right? So if someone does get an emotional speech or start crying, because those are the highlightable moments. Oh, he was crying about this and that. Like, people will be like, yo, this is because if you got someone to break down crying about a Game Award, it's gonna show this stuff is serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, they crying at the Game Awards, like, exactly. So I don't think it was. I don't think Jeff Keighley in the Game Awards fault that was. Like I said, there's corporate people involved.
It's a third party. It was definitely third party. I think somebody didn't plan their time right, or
the project managers. I mean, it ain't somebody. I'm pointing it straight out to who did it. The project manager of the show did not allocate enough time for acceptance speeches. Whoever did, what you thought of? You thought these people was just gonna grab a game and be like, "Yo, I'm out"? No, like you.
It's the step up from one level to another. Sounds like, even though this is my first one I watched, it looked pretty. It was produced pretty well as far as an award show. It had this where it could stand up to other award shows and stuff like that.
The screenplay was clean.
So maybe like from this year to last year, maybe next year should be better, because all the stuff that happened this year, because even with that time thing, because like it seemed like I said, I didn't watch them before now, but from the way y'all talking about, this was a big upgrade this year than the last.
It definitely was more corporate. Like it was, it was more.
It did feel off.
I mean, they gave the Muppets more time than the people to speak. Like, and the reason why the Muppets appear, we know why the Muppets appear. First off, Kermit is the number one Muppet. Hands down, Kermit should have been the number one Muppet. Number two, NBC. I think NBC. Don't NBC own Muppets?
No,
Disney owns Muppets.
I think,
but that's a weird. Why was the Muppets even there? Like, that was
licensing.
No, it's not even licensing. It didn't make sense. Like, you could tell how Jeff Keighley's eyes was looking. Here's your favorite Muppet. Like, he was like, this is gonna get me yelled at on the internet.
Right. Maybe they got money from Disney, but then they had to go on the Peacock platform, and since it was a streaming platform, that streaming thing is a little weird. If it was on NBC, the Muppets wouldn't have probably been on there. But the fact that it was on like a streaming platform, I think that made the difference.
I
don't know. I didn't see. Was it any Disney game?
It was a chicken award.
There's no games. There's no products. There's nothing.
No Disney stuff.
There's nothing. No, the Muppets randomly appear to give an award. Like
It was the Muppets delivered the award for best indie.
Yeah, but
Okay,
the principle, there hasn't been any Muppet products. There's no new movie unless we don't know about. There's
it's Disney money, bro. Like, was
no,
it anything Disney?
no, nothing.
No
No.
Disney.
The
No Disney?
Muppet randomly appeared on the.
I saw them randomly appear.
Randomly appear like a random Pokemon battle. Bring, bring, bring.
Maybe that was a hack.
No, that wasn't no damn hack. That was just, like I said, somebody in that corporate office thought it would be cool to bring a Muppet to release an award. Like,
that's interesting though.
Because first off, think about it like this: you got to get permission to use a Muppet.
Right.
Like, somebody signed the contract to bring the Muppet, then somebody had to act the voice. Dude, there's some business ties behind why that damn Muppet appeared. Because I looked at the Muppet, I'm like, I'd rather have Miss Piggy appear or Kermit. Those are the two populars. But even then, though,
I was like, who is this guy?
Wait a minute, I thought it was which Muppet was it?
It was the blue one. I don't even know the Muppet.
Gromit.
Kermit is the green frog.
No, I know.
It was the one with the eyes, like the owl looking. See, that's how old the Muppets are, bro. People can't even. It's the one with the eyes.
That's
Gonzo. I think it is Gonzo. Yeah. My point is, the Muppets haven't been relevant in decades.
Oh, he came with a chicken. Gonzo came up with a chicken. That's what you
saw?
Gonzo,
yeah. No, there was a bunch of chickens in the games. Like, he was looking at the best
like,
chicken.
I like video games with chickens. And I go,
right.
Okay.
Right. Gonzo is known for liking chicken. So.
Yeah, but the point is that
I don't know what, like, they still owned by Disney, so I wonder what.
But it shouldn't have been in the show. It just shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And it tells you that was business. That was business.
Definitely, probably, yeah.
Gonzo got more screen time than people accepting awards.
I think Gonzo was there for a, like, look, other advertisers, we have the Muppets. You should do this too. Throw money at me.
As well as I think he was used for a transition and back. Because when I watch shows, I watch things differently. Because if you look closely, like, we don't know if they were preparing the singers. We don't know the transitions, but they should have found a better transition. Like, if he was just used for a transition piece to introduce an award, you could have found some longer trailer or bring somebody up there to play a video game that we haven't seen. Give that person a 3-minute.
Like you said, it had to be something because they had to get permission for that and had a voice actor. So it's a lot to that. That you could say they could have did something, but they did that for a reason.
They did that for a reason.
It's got to be something behind all that, and it'll come out probably. Yeah. But I wonder,
But they definitely, for a Muppet to appear when there's no products, no IPs, the Muppets ain't even on store shelves anywhere. For him to randomly appear like that, corporate. It was corporate.
Maybe
with their game coming next year at the Game Awards.
Right. Maybe there's something Muppets coming out. So maybe Disney has something coming out. And they decided to get on that show maybe there was a Gonzo movie. Because Gonzo had a couple solo movies actually, that were just about Gonzo. The Muppets from Space or something like that was about Gonzo.
I'm looking at the history of the Game Awards. I mean, he's been bringing out some of these Muppets for a while.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that, like I said, that's a corporate. That. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Like, I'm looking at why. The Swedish Chef came out in 2001 year. The Hairdo, the King Pawn, PP came out on a flyer. Dr. Bunsar and the Breaker, like it has to be corporate. It's just it's corporate sponsorship.
Disney like to do that though. Disney like to pay for sponsorship on other stuff. I've seen Disney throw faces in different places, just because they had something come out. That's a Disney tactic. So
the thing is, it's sort of
because you didn't think about it, like it wasn't, although it was Peacock, and you gotta think about it too. A lot of these heads, like y'all, it may not be. They had a couple cool movies for you. your generation, Perk, and then couple cool movies for yours, Scorch, when you were younger. I got it was the
No,
new
the last
Muppets.
thing
Yeah.
that cool was
Star
about the
Wars.
Muppets was the Muppets Kids when it was an animated store.
No,
And then they
bro.
had,
They had
and then
really
and
good
then they
movies.
had that
a good
sitcom.
movie.
They
I
had
watched
that
Barney
adult
when I
sitcom.
was young, man, and
They-
Dora
It was
and
for me.
Thomas.
I'm letting you know what was on
They
TV.
had
They had two
no. I'm
shows for
telling
me.
y'all, they had one
They
that
had-
just came out like a few years ago with Amy Adams and
I'm talking about
and-
childhood.
Oh, I know which one.
I
you're
had
Yeah.
talking
two Muppet.
Yeah,
I had
so-
two Muppet shows. I had the animated cartoons when they were in diapers,
More life.
and then I had that one that came on like that fake side field one.
Right. I know which one
The
you're talking
sitcom
about.
edition.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the Muppets just.
I'm telling you, the Muppets been big. Y'all just don't see it because it's not like y'all getting like a
I didn't like the Muppets.
residual Muppet.
Nobody
thing.
likes the Muppets.
Think about it. Like
Nobody
look
likes
at
the
all,
Muppets.
all those corporate heads.
Nobody
like-
likes the Muppets.
Those people with the
There
money.
ain't no games
they
that's
like
gonna
the
sell. There ain't
Muppets.
gonna be no awards for the Muppets in the gaming awards. I'm not giving no.
Hey,
They can.
hey.
There ain't. Look. There ain't no Muppets in Fortnite. There ain't no Muppets in Fortnite.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, you good.
You can get the Kermit skin.
They got Cardi B. So what?
I mean, they got Eminem in Fortnite, but you just never know with Fortnite. Speaking of Fortnite, Lego Fortnite has been doing very well. What do you think of that?
I haven't seen it at all. I heard it's been doing good. Scorch.
I mean, Fortnite.
It's not unexpected at this point. It's like
but
Fortnite's gonna do it all. They also did like Guitar Hero kind of.
Yeah, the festival.
Oh,
so
what,
this is
what?
There's a Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero game mode.
Yeah, and
like,
they're gonna have support for the controller they're working on too.
Yeah.
So so I think Epic when they released that Fortnite trailer, they're getting ready to diversify the portfolio because they released 5 different products. I think in that video they released the Rocket League one, the Lego one,
and then the guitar.
And the guitar one. Yeah. 3 new products. And those are going to be there to stay, right? Those are 3 different games that are going to be in the like I think they're trying to they're getting ready to build their metaverse. Fortnite is no longer a battle royale game. Like
so going on that, I saw a video where it was like they were speculating that Fortnite or Epic, whatever you want to call it, is trying to turn Fortnite into the game where you go to play all the different genres. You got your battle royale, a speculated first-person version of Fortnite, and then you have the Lego, which is survival.
Yeah,
and you have
it's
the
an
racing,
RPG,
and then guitar, and then it's like you just choose what you want to play.
So, do you think that Epic is getting ready to compete with Roblox because kids love Roblox? They love both of those IPs.
I think they're doing their own thing.
I don't know.
It's you do have the ability to like go in there and code your own Fortnite experiences.
The creative mode.
Yeah, and
it looked like they ripped off
like Roblox.
What is it? They try to build their own version of Minecraft with that creative mode. Now we got this survival mode. Now we got a whole rock band mode, which is going to have licensed music. And they got The Weeknd really deep in this version right now. And then I think they're going to try to sell controllers themselves, in my opinion. I think Fortnite is just going to become another Roblox. Like they're going to do Fortnite. They got Fortnite racing. They're going to have Fortnite FPS. Well, they already did. They I don't know what Fortnite. Like Epic has to diversify the portfolio or the game going down.
Well, that's why they have the Fortnite thing where like you can actually go and code your own like game, kind of like you can in Roblox. But I think what Roblox has that Fortnite doesn't, is that fan base for that already there, like building the games and whatnot. Like you can get on there and make a game.
Yeah, for Roblox got the world right now when it comes to children, as well as Roblox is big. The mobile platform in foreign countries, Roblox definitely got an advantage over Epic because their game is not really easy to play on cheaper and Android devices. Until Fortnite is completely able to be played in a browser, I think they got a lot of work to do. Like it has to be.
It's accessible. Roblox is very accessible compared to Fortnite.
That's definitely accessible, and kids love Roblox. I'd be like, I had some kids over this weekend. They were all in the Roblox, all three of them in the same house. I had them on the Series S. One was on the Xbox. One was on the laptop. I'm like, dang, you gonna need a Series X next? So
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm like, I watched them play Roblox. I'm like, I don't understand this game. Like, there's no social. Like, I don't know. Roblox is just. I guess
It's
I'm too old to understand.
I I I didn't say I grew up playing it, but I played it when I was younger, and it has its appeal and it doesn't. Because like Fortnite, you can create anything. Like
Yeah,
there's games where it's like Halo 5, like
mhm. Yeah,
somebody made Halo on there,
yeah.
and it's like
It
you couldn't
definitely.
do that in Fortnite. You'd get banned instantly the
Yeah.
moment you try to do that.
I mean, it was just like Dreams on PlayStation. They created that Mario world
Oh
that
yeah, yeah.
Nintendo got mad about. So, I mean, there has to be checks and boundaries, but I think when you put it in the Roblox world, the graphics is obvious that this ain't the IP.
Yeah, and
Right.
and they're gonna get their money from kids if you make a cool skin or whatever, and they're
as
constantly
well as
updating
well,
it.
but Roblox got its own currency too, where you can make real money in it,
Mhm.
and that is that is like introductory metaverse type behavior. Like kids are literally building houses, getting Roblox cryptocurrency. I'm just gonna say for this conversation, I th- I think I think Epic need to do the same thing, like to stay relevant. They need to be
Well,
able to add new systems in there.
so are you saying like couldn't you say the V Bucks is the same thing?
V Bucks is not a V Bucks is their money. I'm talking
Yeah.
about I'm talking about money where me and you can redeem it and get real money out of our crypto wallets.
Oh, I don't know anything about that for Roblox.
So like so yeah, so they have like this make real money in Roblox mode where you can convert it. It has its own
I'll have
currency.
to
It's
look
weird.
into it.
It's a weird world. So and like
Finds a new way of making money.
yeah,
I'm
so
poor,
like
man.
see like me, I was excited. Diablo 3 when it first launched, they had a cash auction house. You were able to mine items in the game and sell items in game like $2.
Mhm.
But it broke the game so bad because there was no blockchain yet. I think if them reintroducing stuff like that, definitely it'll work. I'm looking at the Video Game Awards site now. I didn't play Alan Wake 1 or 2. Have you played those?
I haven't. I've seen gameplay of it. I've seen like the original Alan Wake, and it's like it looks like a Resident Evil type of game to me, and it's
Mm-hmm.
not my cup of tea, so I don't play
Not your cup
those.
of tea. Yeah, I don't play. It won best narrative. Alan Wake. I'm gonna go through these subjects. If y'all can jump in, just to we can
Hmm.
get this game award conversation and get some more thoughts on it. Best narrative was Alan Wake. Best art direction was Alan Wake that won. Best score music, of course, Square Enix Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
Best audio design was Hi-Fi Rush. I never even played that one. Did you play
Hi-Fi
Hi-Fi?
Rush. I played it. It's good. The only thing I hate is the timing. I can never get the timing right for whatever reason.
Okay. So Hi-Fi Rush, it looks like the animations look good.
It's a fun little game.
I need to
It's
check it
fun.
out. The best performance was Nail Newborn in Baldur's Gate 3. It seemed like, man, there was a lot going on with Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
Um, I'm surprised. I'm That's one thing that I liked about the Game Awards with this best performance because this dude had to go. What's that actor name? Rocky Idris Elba. Is that the name?
Idris. I think
Eldris.
Idris.
He beat him for voice acting, and he's a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? That I thought that was cool. Like it wasn't just based on celebrity status. Innovation and accessibility, gaming for handicapped people. Not to be, I don't know if I said that wrong or if that come off wrong. Forza Motorsport won that. Shout out to Microsoft. Games for impact. I don't even know what that means. Games for impact for the thought of provoking game with pro social meaning and message. Um, t- t- Tichina? Tichina? What is
Mm.
this? I don't know what that is.
I think it
Best
was a
on.
cooking one.
Oh,
It was a cooking
okay.
game. Yeah.
Best ongoing game. Cyberpunk won that.
Yeah.
Best community support games. Boulder Gate 3. Best independent game. We had this conversation earlier, but it was Sea of Stars. It beat Cocoon, Dave the Diver, and Dredgy. I don't know. It beat Viewfinder. Oh well, so Viewfinder was part of Sea of Stars. I think Sea of Stars and Viewfinder. Yeah, they was going that they got 1, 2, 3, 4. They got 5 games in this category going against independent games. So that was a little bit. They should have put 4 games in there. Somebody yeah. Sea of Stars. You know why Sea of Stars won that? Because it was more popular to play.
Probably.
But it was more popular, as well as it ended up on Game Pass day one. So a lot of people
that's
played
probably
it.
why.
So
I think if it only launches on computer, I think it hurts.
Best debut indie game was Cocoon. It beat that. Pizza Tower. I don't even know what that is. And Viewfinder was a part of that debut game. Best mobile game. I don't play anything mobile at all. I don't like mobile gaming. Some RPG. Star Rail.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Yeah, I don't like mobile games.
I know why.
Best VR and AR game. Well, this is a Rockies winner. Is Resident Evil Village VR mode.
It made me want to play it when I saw that, but I don't play 7 and 8. So
yeah, 7 and 8. That was I heard those was dope.
Mm-hmm.
Best action game was Armored Core versus Dead Island, Ghost Runner, and Hi-Fi Rush. And best action event. Yeah, what was it? Is that what it's called? Dead Island? I don't know.
I'm saying like Dead Island as an action game. I don't know about
that's
that.
weird. Best action adventure.
Wait a minute, y'all don't think Dead Island is an action game?
No, because like I haven't played the new one, but I did play the old one, and it doesn't feel very actiony. I think Call of Duty is more of an action game than Dead Island.
Yeah, Dead Island is not an action game at all. So
it's more of a survival.
It's a survival high. Yes,
yeah.
It is.
Remit 2 shouldn't even been in that category either. Like some of these games that's thrown into categories need to be in their own. They need different demographics. Some of the products that are mixed in here are definitely not best fighting game. What is this? God of Rock? Like that shouldn't even been in there, dude. Like get that out of here. There's this you put a game like God of Rock versus a Street Fighter, like you should have like that's a like
God of Rock. You mean
God of Rock?
No, it's called God of Rock.
Look, we're looking at this is what they put in best fighting game, right? So it looked like you got 2 indie studios versus major studios in here. Well, you got so you got this game called God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All Stars 2, Pocket Bravery, and Street Fighter 6. How dare you put high-powered no, it should have been Street Fighter. It should have been 3 games. Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter. And just not even Nickelodeon. It should have been just those 2 fighting against each other. Like, period. You really want to roll somebody up? All these other games should have been in their own category. It should have been Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat 1. Because that would have been a nice fight. You just divided the votes. Mario Wonder won the best family game. It beat out Disney Illuminations, Party Animals, Sonic Superstars. Mario Wonder is a good game.
There's a Disney game.
Yeah,
it didn't win anything.
A Disney game. It didn't win anything, but it was there. Best sim strategy. And think about this. Back to my rant with the Game Awards is there's a chat. What can you say about Mobile Legends? Oh,
it's just League of Legends on the phone. That's all I can say about it.
It's just League of Legends on the phone.
Hold on. Let me Google it to make sure.
It's just Mobile Legends is a MOBA.
Yeah,
and that's
League of Legends.
And I'm surprised that didn't even end up like. I'm surprised that didn't even end up a mobile game.
I didn't see that either.
League of Legends and Mobile Legends, those are big games. Like that's a good thought. I don't know why those weren't in there, but think about it. You had executives of Disney sitting in that crowd. You think they're gonna show up with the mean gamers? No, they ain't showing up. They don't want to be bothered with us. No, because at E3 they hid behind closed doors among the masses.
True.
So no, they ain't trying to deal with us. Because they think we peasants, even though we making them millions. Best adaptation, The Last of Us.
I don't know how that was a gaming award. Best adaptation,
because it's based on a gaming movie,
right? No, it's right. It makes sense because they got like what I saw is they doing a lot of stuff that like the Oscars and Emmy do. They got best adaptation based on a movie. A book, and then they have like best original screenplay. And like you say, you break down the categories, you're gonna end up all the.
And now that I'm talking about the content with you, there's a lot of categories in here. So this is a rush. Just me.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
rushing. I'm literally rushing just to have a decent conversation with you. But we got Gran Turismo. We got the Twisted Metal dude. He was talking a lot. Corporate sponsor. Think about what I'm dealing with. Like right now, I'm literally just skimming through.
Go faster, McPert. Come on.
Yeah. You know,
time's up.
The most anticipated game. We don't need an award for most
Right.
anticipated game. Kill that. Like this is where I think this is where his time for the people being rushed. These categories, there's too many in one category. Naming the full game in the title, saying the game full title is too much. So I think some of these categories need to be skewed down. Too many skews ain't good for the show.
Or do the small awards first.
Well, know what they did? That's what they did. Yeah, that's what they do on the
team coach. Like we already know the results.
Yeah.
They do that on the Oscars. They on the Academy Awards. They do like the little small things before the show or in commercial breaks where nobody's watching, and they'll come
or what they could have did is like the Content of the Year award. Like I don't even remember this being said, but these kind of awards can just appear on a TV like a tweet, like boom, boom. You don't even have to say these names. I mean, granted, I'm not trying to disrespect nobody, especially if I get Content of the Year award.
Right.
I'm just saying,
I'm better than you all.
Right.
But I'm just saying,
where's my shine?
Like, if I get Content of the Year award, I don't expect it to be like TiCPodcast. I don't, like, I'm just happy just to be able to hold a statue on my next show.
That's the thing with the growth. Like in the next couple of years, it'll be different. You'll see a more organized. Seem like I say, it's been a big growth. They didn't even have. Did they have one last year or the year before last?
Yeah, they have. It's been 10 years. Next year is the 10th year. No, they never skip year. It's been 10 years. The Xbox
COVID one was weird because that had to be all online.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what it was. Okay, I see.
So I mean, there's too many games. Best esports game. Like there's too many. It's too many categories. He's trying to pack best esports athlete. This don't necessarily like this did not need to be in the show. This could be a pop-up or certain awards can just be actually just emailed to them. Like they don't need to.
I think they did athlete, coach,
and best esports team
1 year. I think
they did it this year too.
Back to back.
Yeah, like no best esports coach. Like he was saying, you got the esports coach. Like he's got so much going on in this. And best esports event, League of Legends champion. Like he has a lot of awards. Like he's packing so much in a 2-3 hours time frame. There's no way to get through all this. So I say skew this stuff down, make these awards, either do a pre-show. You know what you could do? Make a pre-show of make the pre-gaming awards the day before the game awards.
They do that in other stuff too. They can
find somebody else.
They're gonna have to do it if they're gonna keep everything up there like that.
Yeah, you know who to hire for the lady? Hire Naomi Campbell from IGN. I said her name wrong. I need more.
The girl that was talking.
The girl that was talking to me, she was okay, but I'd rather have Naomi Kyle from IGN. She's more professional and faster. That lady was not fast. She was a little bit giggly. Too cheesy. She was worried about her dress more. Naomi Kyle would have been like best gaming award. Like, boom. I want a real teleprompter, or not a teleprompter. I want a real journalist on there. Get Naomi Kyle on the Game Awards. Call IGN and be like, look, we need Naomi Kyle, and get Jessica Chobot, somebody else besides her. Somebody that knows the industry, somebody that is fast, somebody that can get through this stuff faster, that people will enjoy and respect. Like, I'm watching her, like, she didn't have no stage presence to me. Like, Jessica Chobot, Naomi Kyle would have did better.
Do I know this girl?
You probably don't. Or you can even get Morgan Webb out of retirement. Get her.
Dude, get Morgan Freeman. There you go.
Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman costs too much money. But the Game Awards overall, I mean, like I said, it's a celebration of gaming. It's definitely not it's not E3, but it's the current E3 replacement we're going to get for a while.
I thought that was the Summer Game Fest. That was the replacement of E3. Xboxes and PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean, Summer Game Fest is cool, but it's still not an E3. It's not an E3. It's just not. Summer Game Fest is another event, and I think it's smaller. But I think it's going to be us, the gamers' responsibility to create new events. I think we need to get some new What's that? What's going on here? The second Morgan Freeman. I second Morgan Freeman. Prince.
Yeah, somebody's with me.
I said I second Morgan Freeman. I need to fix this this link thing. That's sort of messed up. He seconds Morgan Freeman. That's funny.
I know what the people want.
He knows what the people want for real. Morgan Freeman, man, you know, that just costs money, man. Like, that's a lot of money to get him.
I think that they could have got Morgan Freeman. But I mean, he wouldn't have did the whole thing though.
No.
Or Sam.
And that's the thing too. Like, some people think that they need to find different hosts for the show. It shouldn't be just the Jeff Keighley Award. Some people were saying that too. Like, find different people.
That's a different thing. Like, the people just got something to complain about. They bring in somebody and say, "Oh, what do they have to do with gaming or something like that?" Then it's like,
I mean, that's the thing too. He could technically sit back because if he branded it right, Jeff Keighley presents the 2000. Like, he'll have everybody else, and he can actually sit back and enjoy and not have to host. That would be pretty nice. Like, and as well as these gamers would be quiet, because it sounds like to me. Especially, what it really sounds like to me is that these dudes just want somebody else, like a female, to look at because they thirsty gamers. They dehydrated. they want the Jessica Chobot and Naomi Kyles and what's the lady name? Morgan Webb to be the host of the Game Awards. That's what they really want. They want that. Which those the G4 TV people. Y'all, Scorch, you don't know nothing about Tech TV, G4 Tech.
I know it was a thing.
Yeah, when you had satellite and you was rich, direct TV money.
What's direct TV?
Satellite, man. It was a satellite network. ZD TV, Tech TV, G4 Tech. Those are like the same network, but they changed their names 3 times. Yeah. So I mean, but it was a cool time. But the Gaming Awards overall, decent stuff happened. I mean, this is our wrap-up show anyway, so it's 2023. This is our wrap-up for 2023.
End of 2023. Wow, man.
Yeah, it's the end. It's definitely the end. So, what you looking forward to in 2024 in gaming? Starting with anybody.
A job. Making video games.
There we go. So have you applied for any studios?
Dude, I've applied to like Bad Robots, Obsidian Entertainment. Where else? Sony down in San Diego.
Have you put a portfolio together?
Oh, I have a portfolio. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, you got to just. Do you got a GitHub account?
No, I don't need a GitHub account.
Man, you need to get you a GitHub account so people can
Why?
see your hub, because you got to start marketing.
It's just gonna say added thing to X Blueprint and then remove X thing from X
Hey
thing.
man, you got to be where the gamers at. They looking for you, Scorch. They looking for you. I did Prince like the Video Game Awards. Just comment demon low. So what else in game? Anything you looking forward to play next year?
GTA, hopefully.
We're not playing that till next year. That's 2 years, man. They not gonna have no beta, dude.
But if they did, though, everybody
they not. Rockstar don't need the beta. They not gonna beta us.
What's his name? Oh man. Oh, the Wolf Den or something like that. It was announced at the Game Awards, and it was from one of the guys who worked on Payday, and it's another Payday style game where you do.
Oh, I did remember seeing that.
But I think it's set a little bit more in the future. So,
yeah.
Kind of sci-fi. Robin Banks. That'd be kind of cool. Cyberpunk themed.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. Any New Year's resolutions for yourself besides getting a job in the gaming industry?
Lose some weight.
Okay, I mean that's the commonalities. What about you, Pops? What's your New Year's infrastructure looking like? What's your goals? What you want to play, et cetera, et cetera?
Nothing major I kind of want to play. I want to see what's new coming out next year, like that's different from this year. Not other than what they announced, like new technologies. I would like to see that. I would like to see, how. I would like to see more older games kind of upgraded into newer graphics. That would be cool.
I don't know which more remasters.
Yeah, well, and I'm not
what
saying
kind of remasters.
Original Battlefront.
I didn't play. I'm talking about my older games.
Like what?
Tetris?
It could be anything.
Tetris already. No, Tetris Effect is still going on strong.
Dude, it is. It is.
So which Halo did they do when you could press the button and it'll change from the old graphics to the new graphics? It was like
That was Halo 1
so
that first
they
introduced it.
yeah. So I would like to see that on more games, like any old games that I like. Like it could be anything like from Kingdom Hearts, Super Mario 4. It doesn't matter. I
I
would like
mean,
to see,
you might be getting
I
Kingdom
would,
Hearts 4 next year.
I would like to see them finally do an Ocarina of Time remaster. That would be amazing.
Would
I
you
mean,
rather have a new game? Like if let's say they did a Kingdom Hearts remake, would you rather have that or just the next installment? If you had to choose, like if they went, choose.
I did not finish 3 yet. I didn't even start 3 to be honest. I know. So like so I would like to go back to 1 and redo it all over and stuff like that.
So you rather play Kingdom Hearts 1 remastered?
Yeah, because they as the games get older and they do so much more going on with them, they kind of lose focus on the story and the music. It just tries to outdo everything. So just seeing a remastered game with the music and stuff like that would be like awesome. I mean, like even the Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock remastered, that would be like freaking awesome. Like just how those games, whatever it is, like something remastered like that. Like I think they try to appeal to so when it's hard for newer generations to see what we loved about older things if they don't really include exactly what we loved about it.
Which makes sense because like Rockstar did the definitive edition of Grand Theft Auto 1. What is it? The second GH3.
Andreas.
Yeah, they re-released their older IPs and upscaled them so people can have appreciation for those IPs.
Right. So those and I think that'll bring like some of the new gamers into that old mindset. Like this is what you guys have to do. This is what you got because like I would like to see a gelling of the generations. This is one reason why I like this show because we got different generations like looking at different things and it's like we don't understand like those gamers. They like let them go and see some of the behind the scenes of what goes on at these gamer things and stuff like that. How then they'll have some appreciation of all this stuff. So I would like to see kind of more appreciation of generations of how people deal with certain things. So and that's just me. Like that's how I do things in my mind, gelling it all together. So even playing an old game, I think would do that. And then to see just because the new graphs, like sometimes it's weird to look at an old polygon game. I mean, but the kids are playing Roblox though, so it's like okay, which one do you want? So if they were to take an older game and optimize it for the new graphics and make it look more like I saw a couple Unreal Engines of Ocarina of Time and I was like, man, please freaking do this right now. I would love that. And it wasn't exactly.
I mean, and that's what Sega looked like they did when they brought back Golden Axe in their trailers. They definitely going to tap into that nostalgic market.
So that's probably what. Yeah.
I think Nintendo is one of those companies. They don't the most ports we've seen of Nintendo really is when the Wii U games that never sold get ported over to the Switch. Like they really went hard doing that. But
what about the games where like you could play the classic games, but you had to pay monthly to play them? You ever hear about that?
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's what Nintendo, because everybody was like, "Oh, make it backwards compatible or put it on the eShop or whatever," and they're like, "Okay, but you have to pay monthly."
I
was like, "Oh no."
I don't want that at all. I don't want to pay to play something. Like that's pay to enjoy. I don't want to pay to enjoy. I already paid once and I got to pay again. I mean, gaming Nintendo's strategy is like, because a lot of people been asking for the Mario Kart Double Dash. Like a lot of people love the Double Dash version of Mario Kart, where they had the two people on the back of the car. They just sat there and was like, Mario Kart 8 is what you're playing for this console cycle. Like they didn't add a Double Dash mode, none of that. They just.
I wonder how hard it would be to just wrap it in a new.
It's not that it's hard to do. Nintendo's not going to do that. They're not going to.
Because the money isn't there. That's why.
The money's not there, and if they had to do it, they had to rebuild it. They're going to rebuild it, and they're going to rebuild it. It's not true because you know they just redid Mario RPG.
True.
Like
But it
Mario
is
RPG was a Super Nintendo game.
Right,
Like
right,
as
right.
well as
I
they had
But
a
remember
did
call.
that one sell successfully compared
Yeah,
to the?
they both sold successfully. Yeah, both
Okay.
of them are successful
So then
games.
they're just being picky.
I
That's
mean,
that weird part
they,
about once
they
you
just
get out
being
of
picky.
indie. Once you get out of indie mode and business mode, and you get into having to deal with profits and is it people putting money
As well
towards
as
stuff, you have to pay them back, and it's like you.
as
But
well as you don't know when they might say, because they know that's something the customer wants. They might use
right.
that to save, like Final Fantasy VII remake, right? Like
Right. That's what.
Final Fantasy VII remake got split into 3 products, and they're milking
Right.
it because Square Enix knows that that's been the number one demand product, and they utilize those kind of IPs when they need to make money for their whatever yearbook that they're trying to convey. So Nintendo might just be like, yo, because a lot of people want that Super Nintendo Link to the Past remake, and the 2 remakes that people really want from Zelda is Link to the Past, Super Nintendo, and Ocarina of Time. Those are the 2 that people want. Nintendo knows that what they want, but I think Nintendo's like, until our finances start hurting bad enough, we gotta have a messed up financial year before we make these games. These are
back
like
to that Final Fantasy thing. Didn't 7 come out like 3 times before or something like that?
Final
No,
Fantasy
it's
VII has never.
it's gotten remade, and it was divided into, I think, 2 parts.
So Final Fantasy
And it
VII
has
only been
the
out once.
prequel.
Final Fantasy VII is a fan favorite in the Final Fantasy VII series. They have made a lot of spin-off products off of it. They did Crisis Core. They did a lot of spin-off products of it. So Final Fantasy VII Remake was disc 1. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is technically disc 2, and then there's another one that's going to be made disc 3. But when we got it, we had all 3 discs. We had the full game from start to finish. So they literally took this game and chopped it, but they're different experiences. But they chopped it to spread out over a period of years to make financial money off of it. Because if they would have dropped Final Fantasy VII Remake complete, like then what would they do? They wouldn't. There's nothing to look forward to.
Didn't I see that and Final Fantasy 16? Sorry.
What you say?
I see Final Fantasy 16 also.
Final Fantasy 16. Yeah, I mean, you've seen an expansion. There's 2 expansions coming. Final Fantasy 16 got mixed reviews because of they had a boycott, lack of diversity. They try to be. I think Final Fantasy was trying to be like Elden Ring. Like I didn't even really. I played a little bit of 16. I played it later. I bought it when it was on sale. I'm still not into the character, but it's just Final Fantasy 16 just is not one of those games. I don't think it's going to end up being a $20 game in the future. It's not a fan favorite. It's almost treated to me. I think Final Fantasy 16 is being treated like Final Fantasy 9. Like it's there, but it's not like I'm happy it's there type energy.
I was gonna say, like, the way they've been redoing the Final Fantasy 7, they've. I feel like if they don't split it up and kind of do it how they're doing it, it becomes too big of a game because of all the stuff they're redoing. Like I've seen the gameplay and I'm like, this game looks great and plays great. And it's like almost 100 gigs or so.
Yeah, it's a huge game. I mean,
so it's like it kind of has to be divided. Otherwise, you get an MTC situation.
The way they divided it, I'm not happy about it because, like, if you played remake, your progression don't go into the new game, so you're starting over. Like, once again, back to our conversation earlier, it's like they killed the immersion of the product. Like, I want to be able to take my stuff the way that I had it saved in my memory slots and put it into this new game. The game was considered one game, but they consider them different products, which I'm not a fan of. Like, I understand why they did it. Like you said, it's too big. It'd be too many hours, too many resources. But my thing is like, give me my game progression. Give me my product like it was when it was delivered. Like, I'll be pissed if Nintendo cut Ocarina of Time in half. Oh yeah, your game stop at the Wind Temple, at the Gorons. That's like Lord of the Rings, the first movie, when it just stopped when they got to the mountain. Man, do you know I was so angry when I seen the Lord of the Rings because it stopped when the movie was just getting good. I don't like stuff like that.
You watch movies, McGurk? I didn't think you watched. Yeah,
I went to go see Lord of the Rings in the movie theater, and like I said, I got so mad when they stopped at the mountain. I'm like, this Christmas was ruined because of the.
Oh, you hear in the theater? Oh man.
Yeah, I left. That's how I left the movie theater. Oh man! But when you split a product like that, I'm not a fan of how they split the products up like that. Like, granted, gaming costs are expensive. I know all these number crunches, but the thing is like, I understand I got to make money and keep payroll and employees and development cycles is taking long, but man, like God of War ain't do that. Like God of War just say, okay, complete product. Like, yeah, we gonna do this. We get God of War made so much money they gave you a free DLC for it this year. like complete the product. Stop milking it. I hate companies that milk it, and I think Square Enix got a lot of getting their stuff back in order. I mean, they're gonna make their money back with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The Mana game looks good. Tales of Mana, that new one looks good. But Square Enix really, I think they said they lost a lot of money with Final Fantasy 16 because of the adoption of that game. Not saying it's a bad game. It's just one of those things where it don't feel like a Final Fantasy product to me. It don't feel like a Square Enix product to me. Like Square Enix products to me Square Enix used to be Squaresoft. So I used to buy games that had the Squaresoft logo on it just because of the logo on faith alone. Like when I seen Square Enix, I assembled good quality, good story, I didn't care what it was. That's how I played a game like Brave Fencer Musashi, where I didn't know what it was. I seen it at Kmart and I seen it was made by Square Enix. I didn't know what it was. It had a little blue dude with a sword on it. The game was amazing. Classic. But I bought games based on Square Enix reputation. And I feel like that is not happening anymore. Like the Square Enix logo is not carrying the products like they used to. Like it's just they pumping out so much randomness. It's just not that oomph. It's just like when you seen a Sega arcade, you ran to the arcade. Like, what is this arcade? Even if it was a garbage racing game, you seen the Sega logo, like the Sega, like that sound. Like that's why that trailer was so hard, because when you felt the Sega, when you turned the Sega logo on it, it just sent that energy into your heart. Like, I'm about to be happy before the game even
12 again or 5.
Yeah. Yeah, and the studios don't do that no more. They don't convey that energy. Like when you turned on the Super Nintendo, it said ding! It's like, oh, I'm about to play a game for real. You know what I'm saying? Like it really set the standard of how you was going to play the game. Like even like the Xbox 360 logo when it came on, that you just like, yeah, like you felt like I'm about to play this game because you built the relationship with the product. And I feel like Square Enix has gotten away from that energy. Like I feel like Square Enix is trying to figure out who their customer has aged, as well as their customer don't have the time to put into a 40-hour, 80-hour.
Their customer is working for them.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier today, coming from Disney and watching how over time that IP, Walt Disney World or whatever, man, is constantly over time, every generation and new kids. I mean, I saw from 90 down to 2 months just enjoying Disney, and I'm like, that is impressive. I don't care
because Disney is a culture. It's its own religion. It's a culture. It's energy.
Impressive that
hail the mouse.
Yeah, I mean, it's beyond the mouse though. Like, and I'm a big fan of it as far as like how it the stuff that I know about.
But what you said is beyond the mouse, right?
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse is not holding Disney up.
It's not. It's still its mascot kind of. Everybody still knows
it's still his mascot, but he's not holding Disney.
He is not.
He's retired.
He definitely retired.
You got like a lot of stuff we talk about. I mean,
but grab that Keyblade again. Mickey is becoming like, if you look at Mickey very closely, he's becoming subtle. He's at the end of the Keyblade chain. You know what I'm saying? He's still there, but at the end of the day, like, Disney made sure that they kept the energy flowing, and these game studios those game studios have to make sure they keep maintaining it. That's why I think,
like, as much as people talk bad about the Halo thing, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that energy of Halo stick around all this time, and even with the HCS game, and it's just impressive to see that type of energy still coming out of that game. I'm probably gonna play a little bit later, and I'm like, it's gonna be people to play with. And I know other games are still like building up to that from the Roblox and the Fortnite, but those games are half that age of Halo, and it's like Halo is still kicking. I met you on Halo 2 back in 2004, McPerkin. It's crazy. Yeah. Of course, you was born in what 2000?
I was born in 2001.
2001. So and it's crazy how that. That long. I'm a big fan of longevity, man, and to be able to keep that stuff over the years and watching these games, even Square Enix with the Final Fantasy. I'm impressed to see 2 different Final Fantasy games out there coming out. I'm impressed to see like the Resident Evil 4 winning an award in 2023, and I remember playing that in the 90s. It's crazy, man. It's like,
but think about that energy. Capcom had to get their stuff together. Capcom had to work back. See, Capcom almost lost their company because they were working for the greedy investors.
Of course, you got a ghost in this room or something.
No, he playing a game. You didn't see his second screen? He got stuff going on. So
what? Hey, how dare you invade my privacy?
Okay. You brought your stream and you brought your game in my stream. I clicked
the wrong button, man.
But the thing is, Capcom went back to their DNA saying this is what it means to be a Capcom company.
Right.
Sega is going back. Sega has done decent with Sonic Frontiers, making sure that they know what it means to be Sega. The energies of a company are very important. And I think, like I said, some of these companies are losing their energy. I mean, Xbox.
They have because they can't keep up with there's a level, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but there's a level of being independent and moving into big business and keeping that same energy that not many people can do, bro. It's that same
it's hard. So my thing is when you're dealing with gamer energy, and what you just said is true, but what happened is, like, for instance, when back to the Gaming Awards and back to Xbox. When Xbox announced the Xbox One, it was corporate. They had the wrong dude. They had the wrong marketing plan. They're going to tell people that the game is DRM only online. They had bad publicity when that guy, I forgot his name, he messed up the Xbox energy really, really bad. He messed up Xbox energy and fragmented the whole Xbox community. Him by himself, because that Microsoft were working for their investors and not their customers. And so, like Phil Spencer, gamers like Phil Spencer, even though I think, like, my opinions of Phil Spencer, I never talked to him compared to Wood and them, how Wood used to talk to him. But Phil Spencer to me is like, he's like an executive that wants to meet his customer in the middle. Like, he's the guy that has to go in the boardroom and sit with all these board of directors that crunch numbers and be like, that is not going to work because the Xbox customer believes in this. And then he has to break down quantitatively on why he says that the consumer does this. So, and as well as, like, the last executive for Sony, I forgot his name, the one that just retired, he had a retirement party during the Game Awards.
Yeah. Oh, him? Oh, no, because
what's his name? The British guy. I think he's British or Australian.
God.
What's that dude's name?
I thought he worked at Unity now.
No. He retired from Sony. The guy that launched the PlayStation 5. Jim Ryan. Jim Ryan was not favored by the gaming community. They did not like Jim Ryan. They had a petition on change.org to kick him out the company. Like,
that was back when I was in high school. I remember that.
Like, how you gonna have the petition was still up there. Talking about kick Jim Ryan out the company. He messing up Sony. But but Jim Ryan, like, from a executive base looking, like, he knew how to. He was with Sony since he launched the PlayStation 1. You know what I'm saying? He's not the CEO of Sony because he don't know how to do business. He definitely didn't have the best reputation when it came to want to schmooze with the video game customer. Like, he's not that kind of person. But his PlayStation 5 launch in the middle of COVID, difficult. He had a difficult run, being the head of PlayStation. Launching a system during COVID, delivering games, being able to put things on there. And a lot of people don't like, a lot of gamers didn't like Jim Ryan because his personality wasn't, it was too corporate. A lot of people, he wasn't friendly. He wasn't, hi gamers, so welcome to the play. No, he was just, hey, this is the PlayStation Showcase. I'm Jim Ryan. Boom, show the games. Like, he just did not have that. He didn't have that personality that the customer was looking for, but he still sold you PlayStation. So be quiet. But the thing is, the PlayStation energy was still there.
Yeah.
He made sure that he didn't change the PlayStation identity to the point where it hurt the brand. It just had Jim Ryan associated with it. Like, Jim Ryan, like, you know, he just took care of his business, and that's why he didn't get fired. He retired. So for him to be able to retire from a company, not a bad guy. Like, you know, but the gamers once again did not. It was just that one. It's just that energy. Like, as well as, like, I remember, what's the CEO of Nintendo? What was his name? Reggie. Like, Reggie was in the community doing a lot of different work, and Reggie was funny because I remember, I think I seen something where some gamer said he sucked at Smash Brothers, but he said something like, he replied like, I sell you Smash Brothers. Like, he hit him with the ultimate business, but it was the principle. Like, Reggie was in the community playing games with the customer. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't the CEO that was just in the office. Like, people love Reggie. Like, they even got him a Herman Miller cheer. Like, they did not like the fact that he was sitting on a raggedy chair. So the gaming community they wanted to get that man a new office chair. That's how much they liked Reggie. Like, they loved Reggie. So I think, I'm not sure if that's a part of gaming culture and when that became a thing. Like, since when executives have became the celebrity and endorser of the brand. Like, I think that really started with, like, I think that started with Phil Spencer and the last guy of the PlayStation 4 era. I think that really got deep. Like, executives becoming celebrities of a brand.
Well, I mean, it could have also just started because of E3. Like,
no, E3 been going on since the 90s.
No, I'm saying, like, doing all those, like, presentations, like when the Xbox launched, right? It was like,
it was Bill Gates. He was already a celebrity himself.
Right, but then, like, 360 came out and it's like, this person's here. It's like, okay, and then the next, you know,
I think
like,
social media did that. I think
it does. Social media helps, but the gaming kind of follows the entertainment industry, and a lot of producers came from behind the scenes when you start knowing producer names and faces, you know, around when they started being a bigger, like, around early Quentin Tarantino time and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's still weird to me.
Yeah, it is weird. I mean, but that's
because I didn't scream at the
director. Not to me.
No, because you come from that era. Like, I don't go, like, I think social media did that because when I grew up, I didn't have access to.
It helped.
I mean, no, the way you had to get to an executive was send snail mail, and hopefully he read it. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's set in the mail room, piled up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had a problem with a product, you wrote a letter in the mail to get to the corporate office. Like, now you just press tweet. Like, I think
I'm gonna write a Twitter long about it.
You gotta, start looking like when you mentioned Bill Gates and you go back to the Steve Jobs era when he was running stuff. I mean, he became that exec that was out front and stuff like that. It started, like I say, that the gaming industry kind of runs behind those industries and stuff like that.
I mean, Steve Jobs definitely became a celebrity to keep constantly, like those keynotes. He became the face of the iPhone, and he was the main speaker at all times. Like, we went through an era, but between the iPhone 1, 2, and GS, we couldn't just tweet Steve Jobs and run his name in the ground. Like, after he did his first show, he went back to the office and back to work and had to read the news. He had to read news and websites to find out.
Definitely social media that did a lot for everything. So that's crazy. I can do a whole 2-hour talk about just how social media affected everything. So it's weird. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, back to the gamers, like, and Jeff Keighley, like, how come the founders of the products are being scrutinized for the product's performance? Like, it's it's definitely a strange. That's definitely another podcast where
because
we need.
that would be really cool to
Yeah,
watch.
that's going to be another podcast, and we need to get some
Speaking
people.
speaking of, like, that's what you're asking me. What I'm looking forward to this podcast. To be honest, like, cause just being our second show back, and it's the wrap up for the year, and it's like, wow, we kind of like it's an energy to this, and I'm loving it, man. It's like I watched the energy off social media after you posted some of the clips of it. And I'm like, okay, I'm really excited. I got a few other things I'm excited about. I don't want to talk about them to you right now.
Nah,
You
do
know,
it.
it's just other stuff is
No,
be
because
like
we gotta preserve our content, man.
yeah. So
Because one thing I noticed with the show, just in general, because it's the first time I was live streaming, the numbers start to trickle. They go up, like we got the 6 to 7, and they will go up within an hour and a half of conversation. So that's going to be like, I'm studying different things while I'm watching. So I'm like, man, that's unique. And as well as like people in the audience, I know y'all ain't been talking, but if you're on YouTube, y'all need to press that subscribe button. If you're on Twitch, press the subscribe button and help us get to where we at so we can make content. So Scorch can run his own studio so he don't have to ask for a job. As well, Scorch, you need to get your merch up. How about that? So we need to sit down
and actually starting my own company. I'm like this close.
Well, you have no choice. Start your own company.
I know.
We're gonna have to have the followers to come up.
We with you, man. We with you on that, Scorch.
Yeah, start your own company for real. But yeah, the what is it? Orange is the new yellow brown. Oh, this dude. Man, don't be affecting the stream, man. There's customers in there. We trying to become the executives that follow us outside.
Right.
But yeah, speaking of that, we end up on a whole nother 30 minutes of our end of wrap up. But for me, New Year's for me, getting Tick back off the ground is essential for me. Getting these business logistics back in order, essential. Personal goals: lose weight. I'm currently working on my project management, so I got to get that done. Looking forward to building a new career and getting those things in order so I can eventually get married. So my life is in that era where I'm like looking for.
Say the M word?
Yeah, I'm trying to put together the new infrastructure. So I'm in a different state of mind when it comes to that. The game that I really was interested in the Game Awards, there was 2 of them. That one with that robot and that Asian lady inside of it, where they raped, like the robot and the kids was being held inside.
The one where like she's like mom and mom's a robot.
It was so weird.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
That reminded me of a couple movies that I saw, but that did look interesting.
When I get the F moments in a game trailer, like I was like, yo, that look interesting. Like I didn't see no gameplay, but just that the way that so and so's coming, and I'm like, who is this? It was like the ninja from Metal Gear coming to save some children, and then she took the mask off, and there was a woman under it. I'm like, what game is this? So I'm interested in seeing what that project's going to turn into.
You're gonna love watching movies, McPerk.
Yeah, the Team Ninja project, the samurai looking game. I'm a Team Ninja fan. I like Team Ninja. A lot of people ain't even talking about that game.
One?
The Team Ninja product. It was like, what was the name?
Is it the one where it's like a monkey man fighting gods?
No, it looked like, oh dang, I can't even tell you what it looked, because I was going to tell you it looks like Tenchu, but you don't even know what Tenchu is.
That's above my age.
Yeah, Tenchu was a dope game. It was like Tenchu Wrath of Heaven. Like it was that game. What is this game? Ronin.
The Ronin one.
Yeah, Rise of Ronin. I had to go to their page to find out what it is, but Team Ninja. I like Team Ninja products. Good. Yeah, Team Ninja products they don't usually make trash. So I want to see what they're doing because they haven't really made anything lately. Like, they make Ninja Gaiden, they make Dead or Alive. I don't know what else products they've been really making, but besides this new one. But yeah, Team Ninja definitely. Oh, Wulong, what is this? Fallen Dynasty? I don't know what this is.
I know that game.
Yeah, but Team Ninja, they usually make solid products, so I'm interested in seeing what that product is. Oh, they made Noi. No, that wasn't Team Ninja, was it? I don't know. I think that was the company that owns Team Ninja. So I'm excited for Team. Yeah, I'm just looking at the Twitter pages. Team Ninja, new IP I'm excited for. All of the Sega products I'm excited to see, pretty much. And I'm sort of upset. Like I only played 7 hours of gaming this year, so I got my PlayStation wrap up. I'm not sure if there was an Xbox wrap up, but I looked up what my wrap up cards, and I played 186 hours this year. I was like, how many days?
I have that on my phone. Let me pull it up.
But you got your Xbox one? Xbox did a wrap up too. With the
Xbox did one.
Yeah, so I know I didn't play a lot of games this year because I didn't have time. But how many hours you put into your wrap up? Where is the wrap up at? Is it in an Xbox app?
No. It was they tweeted it.
Okay.
And I saw it and I was like, oh, I want that. Let me sign in real quick, And then I saw it and I was like, wow. They said I had 6,000 gamer score this year that I got.
Yeah.
Signing in right now again.
So it says, but where's the Xbox One? Oh, the Xbox One is much like Xbox is doing review. What's your wrap up, Pops? You need to get your numbers.
Where is it?
I'm looking now.
Where is this? Where do I find this thing y'all talking about?
On Xbox's Twitter profile.
Okay, so you can go to xbox.com/year in review and you sign into your account, and then I'm assuming you can pull it up that way. They should have did this in the
I got
app,
it right here. So what did you ask for hours?
You said go for what? Xbox what?
xbox.com/year in review. Just type in year in review and then show us what you got, man. Put it on the screen, man. I'm gonna put mine on the screen.
I can't do that, but I have 1,600 playtime.
Okay.
74 games, 6,900 reward points, 6,900 gamer score this year. I played 76% of shooters, 15 action, 8 role playing games, 1% classics. I'm in the top 5 for hours played and for gamer score and achievements unlocked.
Top 5 in the time played? Wow.
Top 5%. I have 1,051 hours of Halo Infinite logged.
Wow.
And I'm in the top 5% of this game's most active players.
And what you say?
I'm in the top 5% of this game's most active players.
Of Halos?
Of Halo Infinite, yeah.
The top 5?
Yeah.
So that means 343 looking at you, dude.
And they don't like me. No.
they don't.
I ping.
Yeah, you just got to get your stuff in order, man.
Let me see if I
I sent the link in the chats as well as I sent the link to all you people that's in the chat. You can look up your wrap ups by clicking that link, as well as don't forget to press the follow buttons and subscribes because I need to see you. Who's in here? I see 5 of you. I need y'all to say hello. Don't be no strangers. Say hello. So you logging in, Pops? I want to see your hours.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, gentlemen.
Okay, take a number 2.
I got 1,260.
1,260 hours and get playtime?
Yep. 4 games. 98% shooter. Top 5% of hours played.
Top 5?
Yeah, top 5 Halo Infinite.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That means 1,260 hours equals 52 days. 52.5 days.
Let's see if it's...
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, no, I just converted it on here how many hours into days. 52.5 is what you played in Halo.
What did Scorch say his was?
He went to the bathroom. Dang, that's crazy.
Top 5 in hours played, so of Halo Infinite.
1,260 hours. That's a lot, man. Yeah, I only had 168 hours this year, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah, sad, man.
Uh,
And that was just recent. Like I just beat Spider Man. I put 32 hours in that joint.
oh wow.
And that was it. I wouldn't even had that many hours. I got one platinum, so my game. I mean, I think that number's not accurate because I beat some Switch games, as well as I still play Super Mario Wonder. So I think as well as I play, I've been playing like chess on my mobile phone. So I think that number's a little bit skayed. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Man, man. Who in the chat? Anybody want to come up in the chat real quick before we all end?
Any questions in the chat?
Any questions in the chat? Why Dark Scorch went to the bathroom?
I'm back. I have to use the restroom. I have to print something for my mother, but our printer's out of ink, so I have to download it onto my email.
First, how many hours you said you had on Halo?
One too many.
Breaking it.
I have 1,051.
I got 1,260.
So you got 1,051. So you only got 43 days in there. Pop's got 10 more days than you.
I let him have that. No.
Oh man.
Are we still going?
No, yeah, we're still on right now. But
yeah, we're still on. We just about to wrap it up.
We don't see your screen.
Yeah.
Man, this was a good podcast, man.
Yeah,
it's actually an hour 45.
Dang.
Yeah, it was a freestyle.
No,
so,
okay.
We're wrapping up though.
Yeah, we wrap it up. So let's see. So TiCPodcast.
I'm excited for when we come back.
When we coming back, McPerk.
We could. I mean, I don't know if we should come back January 3rd or January 10th. Like January 3rd. January 3rd. I mean, January 3rd. We could come back January 3rd.
No matter where I am, I will be there.
January 3rd, like it's school.
Well, that's when the school go back? That's when school open?
That's when I would go back to school.
I mean, we could spin up January 3rd. I'm just trying to see what kind of news will be built up. I mean, next week ain't much nothing.
We make the news, man. We can find whatever, man.
Like I mean, we need to. I mean,
played Halo, died, respawned.
Yeah. So we need to find some. We got to get some new interviews. So we're gonna be working on some new shows and getting these things going, as well as we're working on some new channels. So right now I'm working on Tick Tick Boom on Saturdays is what I'm planning, which is going to be a community-driven show. I'm still trying to work on the marketing. But we need to, I'm trying to get some people to subscribe. So don't forget to press the subscribe bell, the whistle, the like button, whatever it takes. And we're going to get this marketing stuff. So the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be working on trying to program the marketing and getting these things done and off the ground. So I don't have to worry about that. The double posting and stuff, we're going to fix that. And so, other than that, January 3rd should be fine. We'll find something to go about. I'm going to look for some news and look for some indie games and find something else to play. I'm going to try to at least put in like 2 hours in gaming again, because that's one thing that's been upsetting me is that I haven't been playing any games, so it'll be fine. But, that's cool. That's cool. Pops, what you got to say? Scorch had to leave.
Scorch,
he had to leave for 2 minutes, so it's all cool.
Like I said, I really like I'm doing things nowadays like that has like longevity. I try like I work backwards. Like I talked a lot about Disney, and I work backwards from how it started to where it is now. And even doing something like this, the TiCPodcast, I'm excited to watch Tic grow in every way possible. I know you got a bunch of stuff lined up for Tic next year. I know a little bit behind the scenes that we can't really talk about right now, so I'm hoping everybody stay tuned, because there's so much going on, and even in our individual lives we have so much going on. Like I'm Pops of Prince Pops Play, so we're taking that higher. I got a bunch of other personal stuff going higher too, so it's really exciting to watch longevity start. And everybody knows I'm a dad. I have a 30-year-old and profitable Prince. He just turned 25. Heard he just wrote a book. I'm excited about that. You know, he just announced that he wrote a book Monday, so I'm excited to see how that turns out. But everything that we're doing, I'm looking at longevity, the beginning of longevity. You know, I have a daughter, who's 22 as well, and then like I'm all about enjoying at the longest time. You know, and
Yeah,
I talk about enjoying life always, always. You know, that's one of my sayings, and it's like I'm saying we can enjoy life constantly. We can do big things constantly. We can have longevity and loving and enjoying. So I'm excited to see all of that happen. I'm excited to see all of that come about, especially with the Tick podcast and stuff like that. Because it's
yeah,
so much you're working on, man. You working on this so much. Like another cool thing about it is like once December somebody make a movie about how Tick Start is going to be 2 hours long, and we just spent 2 hours. Like we just spent 2 hours on one podcast. So how do you
yeah,
fit everything in that? It's
yeah.
crazy to think
It's
about
yeah,
it.
it's hard to put a lot of content in everything. I
Exactly.
mean, as well as when you're in the building stages and reboots, it's just part of the
Yeah.
game. So,
Uh,
a lot of people like the highlights, and I gotta be better at that. So, I'm just trying to get it off the ground. So we'll see how this works. Oh, the Last Ronin is actually that's actually an anime.
oh
Oh,
wow.
they announced something. They announced Fable 4.
That's
What's
that's
that? No, that's not an announcement. That's just
that's
information. I'm just scrolling at some stuff real quick. Trying to, I'm trying to log into the Twitch account. I got to get all these things in order. I need to learn how to use Discord. So a lot of different things. So, man, this was Tick Podcast, man.
podcast.
As well as you can follow Pops. Where can they follow you at?
Prince Pops Play. That's where you can find me. Prince Pops Play, or at Happy Robert II. That's my personal. If you want to DM me there, best to find me on Prince Pops Play though. That's
Okay.
a cool
And
way.
I'm at McPerk everywhere. You can find
Easy.
me everywhere at McPerk, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all that. But the most important is to follow Tick Games Network, because we're building a network not just for me, not just for Rocky, but for the future of gamers. Like I want to build something that's going to be unique and different. So for gamers, by gamers, this was the Inner Circle podcast, man. And
Yep.
Scorch is gone. Even
Yep.
though he's there, he's about to get hit. Hold on. This is what I'm about to. You remember back in the day when they say, what they used to say, hit him with the boots. I booted him out. He got booted from the party.
He got booted from the party.
He got booted from the party.
Man, Perk, let's go, man. Thank you. I appreciate this. This is getting better and better every time I do it. And like, it's funny how you could just constantly do stuff like this. It's just beautiful, man. We gonna
Yeah.
take this to the next level, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah, we're gonna
Um,
keep this thing pumping.
yep.
Yeah, it's just crazy how right now, because it's just like so much going on. Looking at these, I got to get these screens in order and these different chat boxes. I mean, the thing that's cool is like the private chat, it works. But
Right.
this one is weird too. So the 5 viewers that's in here, don't forget, follow, like, subscribe. Follow me
Yeah.
on TikTok. Follow the Inner Circle Games Network on TikTok. We're there. Tick Games Network. So yeah. Any last words before the New Year's to the fans?
I like to say, as I end my other streams and everything I do, we all just ordinary people. We just need to do something extra to be extraordinary. Like it's like doing stuff like this. Like this podcast is something extra. You know, you get to come and enjoy. You know, we want to see more people talking in the chat, so we're excited about that. And you know, be nice and be kind to people. You know, you might as well. It's your life, your world. Build it the way you want it and enjoy it. You know.
What I will just say is Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Holiday, Happy Hanukkah, or whatever ever y'all celebrate. Enjoy the food, get some chicken, and stay fresh. And
Yes.
then we're going to be here next year. We're going to see you next year, 2024.
Yes.
Deuces for the fans, by the fans. And this was the...
Oh man, it feels good to be back. Another episode of the Inner Circle podcast once again.